Alright, what's up everybody? Davis here, and we are back with some Motorsport Mobile Manager, whatever, MMMMMMMM2. And we're at Doha GP qualifying. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing when I'm qualifying. Pause. I always pause immediately. That way I can send these guys out. So the first lap, in qualifying, you always want the best tires, so soft. And then the first time I always send out neutral, just to see how the car is with the neutral settings. So here we go, and then I fast forward this because there's no need to watch it in real time or whatever. So here we go, here's the outlap. The outlap means they are not timed yet. They are just getting their car going to full speed so that they're coming through the flag or whatever, through the line at full speed. And then that lap is the qualifying lap. The second lap around is the qualifying lap. So Baldwin's actually in first, which is absolutely incredible. Not sure how that's happening. And then the in lap is after you do your qualifying lap, you're just slowing it down and coming back around to pit. So that's what the out lap, in lap mean. And then the three lines, I'll show you next time around. Let's adjust these, so same tires, and then I go cornering for Mia and stay neutral with the gear ratio. And then for Baldwin, I test out the gear ratio and keep the aerodynamics the same. So I'll do acceleration, neutral acceleration. And then I'll send them back out. So here's the in lap, or the out lap, I'm sorry. So yeah, Baldwin's sitting in second right now. That's pretty dang good for us. I mean, I don't know what Higgins is doing in 17th. Alright, now here's the lap. See these three little bars next to their name over here? So those are sections of the track. So green means they did better than their first qualifying lap. White means they're doing about the same. Purple or pink would mean they're doing their fastest time in that section of the track. So yeah, that's what those three bars mean. I know I've said different things in different videos, but that is what they actually mean, now that I know the truth. Alright, now so, I don't really mess with tight corners or long straights. I pretty much just keep it in cornering, neutral, and straights. And I test those three for Mia. And then obviously, for the gear ratio, I will switch to top speed. And then once the race comes, I will show you, but I look at both of their, I guess all 6 of their laps, and figure out what gear ratio was best for Baldwin, what aerodynamics was best for Higgins, and then I will combine those, and then both of my race cars will use the same settings. So yeah, that's kind of how I do it. So we're in 3rd and 9th. That's really good. This could be a good race for us if I can figure out how to fucking do the tires and the pitting and all that stuff correctly. I'm usually pretty good. But that, I guess, is the hardest part of being in charge of a race team. Alright, so there's qualifying 4th and 11th. 4th and 11th, that's where we're finished. So we did meet our objective, and we're going to make 150 grand from our sponsors. So that's good. Now we just got to race. Well, know what I mean? Alright, so here we go. Woo, what a car. Roll on tomorrow. Cool. Alright, let's just go race. Lots of talk around the paddock about teams running potential 2-stop strategy today. Will be interesting to see what happens in the race. Gustavo Costa is on pole here in Doha, but you can bet that Ellie Nightingale will make a dive up the inside into turn 1. Cool. Sometimes those messages are useful, like, oh, there's a lot of turns in this one, or you need to have a good accelerating car for this track. But sometimes they're useless, like you just saw. Alright, so what we do now is we are going to check everything out. So the race is 19 laps. So what I'm going to do is try and just stick with 2 pit stops. How long is our fuel going to last? 12 laps. So we just need one pit stop. So I'm going to do hard tires for the first half, and I'm going to try to get 12 laps out of it. And then the second half, after the pit, I will try to switch to medium, which should last the duration of the race. Hopefully there's no rain at all, and that plan will be successful, but we shall see. So then I go to setup, and I look, see down here it says the stint data. So her best was on straights. And I keep this stuff the same. I just go yellow, yellow for the most part. So then we are going to switch him to hard tires. We're going to move him to straights, and then his best was a gear ratio of neutral. So now both are set up as straights neutral. If it was different, if his was like acceleration, I would go back and switch Mia Higgins to straights acceleration, but we're both straights neutral, so we're good. And confirm, and let's go race. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, most people at the top have soft tires, which is usually what happens. They have better cars, so they will probably be okay pitting more than once and still finish pretty well. But you can see how it separates. The soft tires move toward the top, the medium tires are usually in the middle, and the hard tires are usually at the bottom. But where that's going to come into play is during pit stops, which we will see soon enough. We're in 13th to 14th. That's not too bad. I'm keeping an eye on our tire percentage over here on the right and the condition of the car. Usually I don't pit until it's around or under 25% of the tires left. So yeah, we're actually, since the tires are supposed to last 12 laps and our fuel is supposed to last 12 laps, we will have to keep an eye on the fuel to make sure that it doesn't run out before we pit. But we should be okay since we're on, our strategy is yellow, yellow. As long as the condition of the car, which right now we're at 36% and 35%, those need to stay higher than this. Those are always going to go down as the race goes by. That's where your reliability of your car comes into play, is the condition during the racetrack. So like when I pit, eventually when I pit, I'm going to have to fix my cars so that they will last the entire race. Which is a pain in the ass, because that adds like 20 seconds or something, 16 seconds to the pit stop. We'll find out here in a second when I actually have to pit, but I'll show you what I mean. We're not doing too bad. We're 10th and 16th. Baldwin's not doing so hot. Higgins tends to be our better driver. She's been finishing higher than Baldwin in almost every race. I'm not sure if she actually is the better driver or if it's her car. I haven't paid that close of attention to it, but so as you can see, all of the people with soft tires have had to pit already. You're gonna run out of fuel soon. Cool. You actually have 2 laps left, so shut up. We're gonna go ahead and pit though now, because our tire wear is down to 23%. So we have 7 laps left. So we're gonna switch to medium tires to finish off the race. As long as it doesn't rain. We're gonna fix the car. How many seconds does that add? So we're at 10.2. I guess it only adds 10 seconds, but it is kind of a pain in the ass because that's time that we don't have. So yeah, just double checking everything, make sure everything's right, and then I'm going to tell her to pit, and then I'm going to tell Baldwin to pit. We're going to switch him to medium tires as well, and his car is down to 22% car condition, so we definitely need to fix his. So both our cars are going to take about 20 seconds to pit, and this is another thing I've noticed. You only have one pit team, so like if they both go into the pits at the same time, if they're close enough in position that they're both sitting there, they're going to be working on the first car, and the other car is just going to be sitting there in the pits, not getting work done at all until the first car is done. So that potentially adds however many seconds to the second car that get to the pits. So let's see. So yeah, right now Baldwin's sitting there. It said pit stop 0 for I don't know how long it was, 5 or 10 seconds, while Higgins' car was still being worked on. So yeah. I actually don't know how this is going to play out. Are those people's soft tires going to last the rest of the race? Some people are obviously going to stop to pit once more. Maybe I could have made my hard tires last 1 extra lap, and then I could have switched to soft to finish strong. But we'll just see how it goes, you know? You never know. Alright, so we have some excess fuel. I'm going to go ahead and put them both up to overtake strategy, which is just going to burn more fuel, make them drive a little faster. Obviously we don't need 5 laps of fuel. We only need 2 or 3. So once I get down to around... Once I get down to 2, we might be able to last the rest of the race with this strategy. But I'm going to go ahead and stop it there and switch back to engine mode neutral. Oops, we're not pitting. Just so we can make it through the whole race. Come on, Higgins, you're in 13th. Just stay there, baby. Stay there. Does anyone else have to pit? No, we're on the last lap. Oh, come on. Get her. 12th. Yes. Okay, a little breathing room. And Higgins, my baby. Yes, we finished 12th. Alright, so that was better than the last race for sure. Baldwin still finished 18th. He sucks. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how the races go. I know I cut most of them out most of the time. So yeah, we qualified 4th, finished 12th. That's just how it goes. The people with better cars can afford to race on the softer tires because their pit stops don't last as long, probably because they have more reliable cars and stuff. And then if they do last long, they have the car to and the tires now to be able to catch back up. So that's just how it goes when we're starting off in a new division, as we are. So yeah, that was race 3. We're up to 9th. Yeah, I don't know how that works because we still don't have any points. Our drivers are in 18th and 19th, so yeah. Hey, Lucy Lyons, she got hired by Zampelli Engineering. Well, there's a reason I fired you, because Mia Higgins is better than you. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks for joining. As always, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.